Hi everyone, today we're taking you on a journey called vertical and barrel wine tasting, and we're doing this up at Lake County. We actually live very close, about 15 minutes south of the Napa Valley, at the south end of the Napa Valley, and about half an hour from the Sonoma Valley. Those are the main winery regions in the area. We like a lesser known one at the northern tip of Napa Valley, which is Lake County, is the county. I grew up going to a summer home there where we water skied, and now it's become a wine region. And the wines are every bit as good as the Napa and Sonoma Valleys, but they cost about half right now. And instead of putting the miles on our car, we rented this Nissan Sentra for the weekend for really cheap. So let's go on our adventure. In case you were wondering, a vertical tasting is one where you taste several different vintages of the same wine, and a barrel tasting is exactly what it sounds like, tasting the wine straight out of the barrel before it's bottled. We were lucky that 15 different wineries were participating this year, and most of them had both vertical and barrel tastings available. We're starting our journey today from our home in Vallejo, California. Vallejo is just at the southern tip of the world-famous Napa and Sonoma wine counties. Our journey will take us through the east side of the beautiful Napa vineyards to our first verticals and barrels stop, Langtry Estate. Langtry is one of the oldest vineyards in Lake County. It was owned by the famous late 19th century English theater actress Lily Langtry, who purchased it in the 1880s as a place to live with her lover, Frederick Gebhardt, and raise wine and horses. Sadly, due to a breakdown of that relationship, and also her fear of the San Francisco 1906 earthquake, she sold the property shortly after the turn of the century, but the name still remains. The tasting room is perched high on a hill with commanding views overlooking the property's lake. As this was our first stop, we picked up our wristbands and wine glasses to use throughout the day. We had the good fortune to be greeted by Jessie and Paul. Jessie is the hospitality manager for the property, and Paul is her husband. Although Paul works for Shannon Ridge, today he was helping out doing some of the pourings at Langtry. Today, Paul walked us through a verticals tasting of Langtry Chardonnays.
We're going to do a 13 Chard, which is a blend, a 14 Chard, which is 100% Chardonnay, and then a 16. We're going to skip 1 year and jump up to a 16 here, which is also a blend. So you're going to get a little different flavor profiles. Everything's been aged in oak, so it's all going to have the same kind of notes in general, but you're going to have a lot of different fruits that are going to come forward, a lot of different sweetnesses that are going to come out of them, the different blends, the different years. Makes it kind of exciting to try the differences as well, rather than just 100%, 100%, 100%. Yeah. So we'll start with the 2013.
All right.
Jump on in here.
What do you think?
Well, this is my first one. I have nothing to compare it to, but yeah, I would definitely buy this. It's good.
Chardonnay. Oaky.
I like that.
It's oaky.
This is about 6 months in French oak. A bunch of the details, if you want to get into the little nitty-gritties, are down there. But this is a lot more about the Chardonnay, and you're going to get the oakiness and the all the different sweetness and the buttery and all that from this. This is a more traditional Chardonnay, where the two others are the blends.
Okay, so those two are blends?
Yes, both of these two are blends, and they're still putting the Chardonnay up front, but they are Chardonnay blends. So you're going to get other...
I see. So they're still called Chardonnay, but they've got other grapes in them as well.
They have other grapes in them. And so we still have the higher percentage of Chardonnay, but you're going to get the other stone fruits and a bunch of the other berries and some of those fruit-forward flavors coming through with the two blends. And this is more about the Chardonnay.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of it with just the Chardonnay?
I would put it above this one.
I like this better too, and I'm trying to figure out if it's because it's only got the Chardonnay grapes or if it's something else.
But some of these, I can't clearly remember if we had the drought, if we had the heat, because those all affect the grapes. We've had a lot of fire years, obviously, the Valley Fire coming through.
Yep.
So some of these, and it all affects.
Yeah.
This is going to be the 16. This is the other blend. So you're going to get a little bit of different flavors coming through this, a little more like the first one. And it still puts the Chardonnay in front as far as the percentages on the blend. you're still going to see that the Chardonnay is by far the leading wine on the blend. So it's still about the Chardonnay, but you're going to get different flavors. This year, the winemaker decided that they wanted to bring in some different sweetnesses or some different tartness or some stone fruit flavors. And so you're gonna find some different flavors in this one as well, just like the first one.
While the 2013 and 2016 Chardonnay blends were good, the clear winner for us was the pure 2014 Chardonnay. In addition to the verticals and barrels that we were currently at, Langtry also hosts a paella party on April 21st, and the big event in the region is always the Wine Adventure, this year on May 19th and 20th. Next, Megan would walk us through the Petite Syrahs.
Did you guys want to do some Petite Syrahs next? We've got an 05, a 12, and a 14.
Sure,
And then we have 16 in the barrel that we'll
Okay.
Pleasure.
So this was what the...
This is the 05, the first
05, wow. So this is the 05 Petite Syrah. Drink up. I think I like Petite Syrahs. The 2005 Petite Syrah was good, but as we were soon to find out, the 2012 had a lot more complexity. Yeah, that's sharper. Like you could taste more going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that first smooth one though. I actually liked
The first one?
That was easy to drink. Yeah.
I disagree. This was like, this
You
is
need something going on in
100%
it.
better, yeah.
Well, like we say, everybody's different. Everybody likes different things.
I was thinking if I was served the first one at a party, I'd go, oh, okay. But this one, I would think,
I'll drink it.
this one here,
No, this
I would
has more
think,
going
oh,
on.
they actually like went out of their way to do something. You know what I mean?
No, this has more going on, and I
Yeah.
like it a lot. Yeah. What is a Petite Syrah as far as darkness of the grape? I
It's
guess.
one of the darkest. It is a smaller grape, so that means you're going to have a higher concentration in terms of the intensity of the wine and the color, both of those.
Yeah.
So they tend to be on the very inky, purpley side of things.
Yeah, this is really good.
Next was the 2014 Petite Syrah. This is like the 2012, but it's more oaky. I like Petite Syrahs, and as we were driving through the area, coming up through from Lake Berryessa from the east to here, it said it's the Petite Syrah capital of the world, so that's kind of interesting, isn't it? I have to remember that. You know
Yeah.
what? It's really, really oaky again, and that first one over there was too oaky for me.
Yeah,
too
it would
oaky.
definitely the second one was.
So for us, the 2012 Petite Syrah was the clear winner because it was less oaky and it had a great complexity of flavor, although the 2005 was a good solid one too. Next, a barrel tasting of the 2016 Petite Syrah.
It's 100% grown in the state grown.
There we go.
So what's this thing called? A wine thief? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
There you
Other
go.
people call it the pleasure estate, stick pleasure.
The winemaker was a little shy to be on camera, but soon Scotty, who I gather is a jack of all trades and regular institution around Langtry, would explain to us what we're getting out of the barreled wine and why it differs so much from bottled. I must like young wines. I always like them right out of the barrel.
Yeah. It's just such a different taste.
It is a different taste,
When
but
they-
in a good way, yeah?
It's like having your mom's lasagna.
yeah.
When right out of the barrel, first you're dealing with usually 59 gallons of wine, so that's a lot of molecules. So the bouquet is going to be bigger. You condense it in a 750-liter bottle.
Really?
And then all the tannins in this barrel are, all three tannins are bright. So the skin tannin, the barrel tannin, the seed tannin, they're all very active. When you fill that in a bottle, the first year or so, your skin tannin, your barrel tannin, those are rounding off. The seed tannin is what lasts so long. And so as soon as you bottle it, and there's some magic that happens in bottles. It's not all bad.
Let me ask a question. So, this wine in the barrel, when will it be out to sell?
This will probably go to bottle about 4 months.
Scotty's been at the property for many years and was able to tell us about a lot of different topics and changes he's seen around. The first one I wanted to hear about was the wildlife.
The trellis out here, in May, I think April, they come in and nest here. Wow. And if you like hummingbirds, there's about 150 of them, and every one's a different color. So it's pretty. But not only that, like right now we're having eagles fly the lake. We have golden eagles, bald eagles, peregrine hawks, red-tailed hawks. Well, it's nothing to run into a bear or a mountain lion on the property. The wild boar are kind of a nuisance. But there's 24,000 acres, so it's a pretty cool place and there's 9 lakes. Wow. So it's an easy place to come to work.
Scotty also told us a bit about the property and why he's stayed with it all these years.
That's what's great about wine. The 2005 vintage point. That's what was presented to me, and I've been working here off that. I started here. This will be my 12th crush now, and I was going to work here for 3 years, and then right off. But like we were talking about the land, that's what keeps me here. The wines here are good, and but I get to drive to work every day, and that's what I work. So we've gone through 3 winemakers since I've been here, and all 3 have different talents. But I love Walter. Have first a guy that is from Spain, throws a whole new twist on the thing, and then I like the fact that some people call it passion, other people just call it personality. Yeah. But he's an excitable guy, and I dig that.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Unfortunately, this region is prone to wildfires, and there was one called the Valley Fire a couple years ago that was really big. Scotty told us a bit about that and the devastation that it posed.
Did the fires affect you at all?
Yeah, we lost about 4,000 acres.
Oh, really?
There's 4 employees. We lost our home. 4 other employees lost their home. It was the only reason this building's just got a metal roof and a giant parking lot in the back.
Wow.
But when the fire got here, it was consuming about 50 acres a minute. So it was unbelievable.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, and by the time we got here, there was no one to fight the fire.
Yeah.
So we have pictures from the back where the whole Guenoc rim, which is probably a good 7,000 acres, is on fire.
Jeez.
So but Mother Nature, she if you grew in California, you involved in fire. It's just the nature of the beast, and vines aren't resilient to fire. But if the Napa fire, if you drive down Silver Rock Trail, the wineries that burned were wineries that didn't have vineyards around the wineries because they are a good fire break.
Well, you drive through this area and you see the trees, and they're singed, but they're still standing, and they're going to come back stronger.
Yeah, we have a lot of madrone up on our property. Every one of those are coming back. Our redwoods, everything burned off. I mean, we were going to take them down, but then the buds started showing up, and now I got redwood trees this big around, fully green all the way up.
Wow.
But
amazing.
the pine, the beetles.
Forget it.
Yeah, once they're damaged.
And of course, I had to ask Scotty his take on Lake County and how fast it's growing as a viable wine region.
But when I started 12 years ago here, I think there was 11 wineries in Lake County. Now I think there's over 30.
Yeah.
And this is where wine's starting. So it's kind of been fun for me to watch this whole thing.
And of course, I had to throw in my opinion of Lake County wines. Scotty didn't entirely disagree, but he's a little more restrained in his comments. Wines here are better than Napa, I'm sorry. They're better, and they're still less expensive.
I'm not going to say they're better because Napa's got some amazing wines, but you don't have the, I don't know, what to say, potions. You're not going to run to anybody in Lake County with their nose. It's not status.
Yeah.
Wine somehow became status in the last 20 years.
After a quick look around their huge wine vats in the cellar room in the back, it was time to move on to the next winery. The day was still short, and we had a lot to see. Just one last look at this majestic view before we move on to our next winery, which would be Fultz Family Vineyards. We hope you enjoyed talking to the people and looking at the wines at Langtry, and hope you can get there someday yourselves. I'm rolling out this video a day before the wine adventure for the year starts, so be sure to look for videos on the wine adventure coming up too. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and help us out. If you'd like to see more videos like this one and the rest of our Verticals and Barrels series, please hit the subscribe button below and hit the bell too so you get notified when we post a new one.